All right. Well, now we're in the breakout room. Thank you so much for coming today. And thank you for visiting the chapter. I really hope that you either met somebody or you learned something that will help your business going forward. And this time of our meeting is just for you visitors. We've set it aside to give you a little bit more information so you can determine whether or not BNI is a good fit for your business right now. And what I'd like to do is start by asking each of you what you liked about the meeting. Of course, I like the meeting because it's my chapter. But Becky, was there something that stuck out to you? What did you like in particular about our meeting?
Thanks, Jenny. Well, as you heard in the meeting, I'm a massage therapist, so I run my business by appointments only. And so I love the structure of the meeting and that you start on time and end on time by running that agenda. And so I really appreciated you getting me out of here on a very detailed meeting that was productive.
Yeah, you can plan on it for sure. Ramsey, what about you?
I really like the energy. I can tell that you guys have a really strong knit community, and it's something that I could definitely see myself being a part of. And I also really enjoyed sharing a little bit about my business and myself. And I'm already having people wanting to set up one-to-ones that I'm really excited about. So I just love the opportunity to network and learn about other businesses.
Yeah, that's how it works. I love that. Yeah. LeBrent, what did you enjoy about the meeting?
Well, I really appreciate the fact that it seems like they're exchanging business, they're giving business. I do a lot of sourcing of my own business in my company, so it's nice to see this synergy amongst them, and seems like they're working really well together.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They do work together. Before I came to a BNI, I didn't really know anything about it, and one of the things I appreciated from the very first was what you said, Becky. It's efficient. It's obviously effective too. They're passing business and building relationships, but I loved in and out in 90 minutes. That fit right in with what I was doing in my business. So you're in good company. We love those things too. I want to give you a little bit more information about how BNI operates with referrals, but I'd love to start by finding out what you're already doing, because what BNI does has to fit into the rest of your business. So I'd love to know what you're doing for lead generation. How are you getting new business? And I'm going to start with you, LeBrent, and see what kind of things you're doing that are, and how effective are they in your business?
Well, as a roofer, I have a roofing company, and so I have some people that work the field and those who actually work on the roofs, and we do a lot of door knocking, in different communities, especially those who've been impacted by any type of weather storms. We also do some social media advertising, Facebook, Instagram, things of that nature. So we do have a really nice website, and we do some marketing that way. But a lot of it is just, and then some referrals. Past customers have told their friends and family about us, and so we get all that business as well. But a lot of it is sourced from us knocking on doors and meeting new people.
Yeah, that's good. And that's working pretty well for you. You're getting your pipelines full enough.
Yeah, we're busy, really busy right now.
Good.
The biggest challenge probably is getting enough workers. So that's probably our biggest struggle right now.
Yeah, another reason to network, find those employees. Yeah. Ramsey, what about you? What are you currently doing?
Yeah, I'm focusing on the things that I find a lot of enjoyment out of, such as making videos. I like making TikToks and putting it on my social medias.
Okay.
I get a lot of traction from that. I've gotten some social media referrals as well. And I like to network. So I like setting up coffee dates with my sphere and just kind of getting out and about, being a part of different groups and different organizations.
Yeah.
I'm giving back to my alma mater. So it's been cool getting involved with other areas that help feed my business. So
yeah. So this is just one more opportunity to network that probably fits in pretty nicely with your personality, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great. Becky, what's in the life of a massage therapist? What's working in the marketing world?
Well, to be honest, I haven't done much of anything. I've just been in survival mode. Our industry got hit pretty hard the past 18 months. So I am looking, my options are open. I'm looking for ways to rebuild my business, rebrand myself, and get back to where I was for 2 years ago.
Yeah. Boy, you guys represent a lot of different industries and a lot of different approaches. I know when I first came to a BNI chapter, I was relying really heavily on social media. And sometimes it was great. And I would get lots of engagement in the posts, and I'd get some new leads and some new business from it. But other times it was just like crickets chirping. It wasn't going anywhere. I couldn't kind of get the formula, the secret sauce to make it consistent. So I always knew that I was going to have business. But now that I'm coming to these meetings every week, I'm having one-to-ones every week, and I'm really having good strategy, I consistently get referrals, maybe 2 or 3 a week sometimes, but I always have something because of this network. And so what I want to do is give you a little bit of information about how that can work with your business based on some things that we have learned from a lot of research that exists. And the first thing is that across industries, everybody wants leads. Everybody needs new business. And that makes sense. And you can see 77% of the people in this particular survey said that lead generation was a top priority. That's not surprising at all for anybody. And we also know that referrals, and all of you mentioned to some degree, and we hear it over and over when we talk to visitors, referrals are more effective than anything because you have that trust. And what's surprising is the fact that even though we know this is what works, a lot of businesses are not putting their time, money, or employees on a specific plan. Instead, they're putting it in all these other channels and kind of hoping it happens, like crossing their fingers and wishing that they would get some lead generation. The beauty of what you just experienced in our 90-minute meeting in a BNI chapter is that we are intentionally and consistently not just giving leads to one another, but referrals. And because we have the relationships, your potential new client already knows and trusts the person who's making the introduction. And that's the power of referral marketing. And it's what you saw that worked so well in our meeting. We do like each other. We get along really great. But to your point, LeBrent, we also are passing business. It is about business. So it's a really great combination, kind of a marriage of relationship and revenue. So a lot of people, almost everybody, I want to say, wants to know, what is the time commitment? What's the monetary investment? So we like to cover those two things because they are your most valuable assets, because you don't get a lot of them, specifically with time. So let's start with time. We have our weekly meetings that you just sat through, and these are every week. And we know that life happens, but there's an accountability and a consistency that really helps our business when we come every week. So our attendance policy recognizes that life happens. And so you are allowed to have 3 absences in a 6-month period that are unexpected. And there are no consequences. People won't stop trusting you. You can still be a member. And we also know that sometimes you have meetings with clients or vacations that come up. So you could actually have a substitute come to the meeting and represent your business, so your referral partners in the chapter are still hearing about your business and you stay top of mind. But being here week after week is like being with your most important client. So everybody puts it on the calendar and makes it a priority. We also know that the magic happens in the one-to-ones, because you're building relationships in a 1-hour meeting weekly, and you're strategizing on how to get the perfect client connected to the partner you're having the meeting with. This is when we talk about our family, our business, our interests, and specific ways that we can refer business to one another. And this is why you have that great energy that you mentioned, that you see people like each other, they respect each other, they're spending time together. And as far as a financial investment, we know that there is a return on an investment. So that's what we call it. A 1-year membership is $699, and a 2-year membership is $999. And then we have a one-time $299 processing fee. And this is only necessary the first year that you apply. And it's not an application fee because you don't need it up front. Nothing is required financially until the membership committee approves your application. So you can see that it's a good savings if you do a 2-year membership. We also have some great limited time offers that I'll be happy to tell you about in a little while. But this is in general what the membership is for a year. This is what you're investing. And we know that when our members are doing all the best practices, having their one-to-ones, giving referrals to each other, and coming to the meetings consistently, we see that almost all of our members are seeing a return on their investment in less than their first year of membership. So it's a really great value compared to everything else you could be doing. So you're probably wondering what the next thing is that you do. And I know that you may have questions, But one of the ways you can get some of those questions answered is by filling out an application. As I said before, all this means is then the membership committee will have a chat with you. And if you hold your phone up to this QR code right here, just have your camera app on, it will take you to a place to start the application process. And so then you'll get an email that says, click here with the link. And then you'll walk through the application. It's not a very long process, just asks for some information, including a couple of references, so that we can call people and find out how you do business and how that would fit into our chapter. So if that's an easy process and it's clear for you, that won't take any kind of coaching at all, but we do want you to know that within 24 hours of this meeting, somebody from our visitor host team will call you. We're just going to make sure you know the link. We want to make sure you don't have any individual questions. Maybe you need to talk to somebody at home or somebody at the office and you can't make a decision right away. That's fine, because somebody will call you. You don't have to do anything. And they can answer your questions or maybe even be on the phone with you or share a Zoom screen and walk you through the application. So that is all the information that I want to give to you. I hope that that's clear. Does that feel pretty clear to everybody? Becky, is that pretty clear?
It's very clear. I do have one question, comment.
Sure.
As I mentioned, things have been pretty rough in my industry. And you mentioned the fees, and I love the 2-year membership. That looks like a bargain.
Yeah.
But things are a little tight right now financially. Do you take a payment method, or is there any way I can do a payment plan with that?
That's a great question. And it's a common question because it's an upfront investment all at once. We do have a system through PayPal. So if you have a PayPal account, you can apply for PayPal credit, and then you can do 6 months, same as cash. You just want to make sure you get that in the 6 months so you don't get any interest with PayPal. But PayPal will pay BNI upfront, and then you can work it out separately. So that might be something. And if you have more questions about that, feel free to stick around and we'll see if we can figure some things out.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you may have individual questions about your business or your financial situation. I'm happy to stick around in the breakout room for that. But if you feel like you know what you're going to do and that link works and you know what your next step is or your next conversation, I will release you to go back into the main meeting room so you can keep networking. And I know, Ramsey, you probably want to follow up with those people who said they want to have coffee with you and see if you can do some business with those people. And that's why you came. So I don't want to keep you from that. So feel free to head back in there. And if you have any questions, stick around or wait for the person to call you later today and you can walk through all that. So thanks again for coming. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thank you.
Okay.